relationships are like building a house. You have to lay a proper foundation, right? So getting somebody on the same page as you is the process of you being able to effectively communicate, understand how they interpret information, communicate that to them so they understand what you're saying. If you ever listen to like some of the most effective communicators with women, you feel me, come damn near after every sentence. I'm trying to see what you're trying to do. You feel me? Is tonight good for you? You feel me? Because they're checking in constantly as the conversation progresses to see if I lose you at any point, let's stop it right here before I continue to go on down this path. In doing so, you're able to make sure that the things that you want, like empathy, is because they actually understand what you're saying. The trust has to be built through communicating effectively and then coming through on the things you communicated, and that creates trust. And in doing so, now when you say things would that would elicit you needing empathy, because they can trust your words and the way that, and you understand the way that they interpret your information, you can move forward with empathy, and they may not center themselves the same way because they understand outside of themselves what you're saying and why you're saying it. A big thing for people understanding, if they understand the why, it makes it much easier for them to understand the total process of what you're trying to get done. So yeah, I respectfully disagree on that. I believe that empathy is important, because if you want somebody to interpret information outside themselves, they're gonna have to step outside of themselves in order to do that.
All right, brother Hick, you want to add something on it?
Yeah. Um, I need my lady to empathize with me. That's what I need from her, to have some type of understanding when I'm going through. I mean, not empathize. I'm sorry, sympathize. I apologize. I need my lady to sympathize with me because of the shit I'm going through, the shit I got to deal with, the responsibility that is on my back on a daily basis. You know, I got a tough job. My job's not easy. It's stressful at times. You know, I have a lot of responsibilities, but there's things I got to do to make sure, you know, to keep the household above ground. You know, make sure I keep my head above water at the same time. Also, at the same time, I need to continue to sympathize with me when I need my time, when I need my peace. When I come in the house, I don't need to know everything that went on at home while I'm not there. Not just yet. Give me a moment. Allow me to decompress. You know, relax a little bit. I'm not a drinker, but if I was, let me get a sip, and then let's talk about it, and then we'll go from there. Uh, a lot of men don't have them. A lot of men don't have it in their women's. They got just the opposite. Matter of fact, they can't even get home. They in the middle of the work, probably dealing with something stressful, and they get a text message talking about we need to talk. Then right after she sends that text message, 5 minutes later, she calling. God damn it, I barely got through the text message before you calling me and putting this pressure up on me. What is that important? And the only thing you wanted was, well, I didn't know what to cook for dinner tonight. Come on, man. Really? Yeah, we got to do better.
That's what it.
You just got to get her on the same sheet of music as you, Hank. You just got to get her to understand you. You got to come together.
Well, that was Hank's ex-wife. I don't have to deal with that no more, but thank God. The one I have now, she has a level of understanding. I don't like to be disturbed when I'm at work unless it's some type of emergency, and it's probably more than likely something I could deal with later. Now, if it's not, then by all means, call me. Don't text me. If you want an immediate response, call me. But if it's something I can deal with later, let me do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll catch up. Maybe at lunchtime I'll give you a call. So I don't know. But I need that. I need for you to sympathize with me that I'm going through what I need to go through, and that's if whether it's at work or at home. You know, so allow me to do what I need to do. You know, men deal with a lot of stuff, and some of these things that women couldn't handle, but they would crumble under the pressure. That's why we built the way we built with these broad shoulders, so we can carry the load of the world like Atlas. So I'll leave it there.
All right, so empathy and sympathy, right? I know y'all was making a distinction between the two, which there is one. Um, with the sympathy, what was it? Feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune and understanding between people, common feeling. And then empathy was the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. I actually would need both, but the second definition of sympathy is also the same definition as empathy, according to the information Rilla put in the chat.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Googleable.
So no, yeah, I said it too. I'm glad you put it in there so I could reference it real quick. Think that not wanting or not feeling that you need to be empathized with will prevent you from properly communicating the things you need to, so that they can even be in a position to do that, and that can be a detriment to you. Um, when Hank was giving the description of a woman calling when he at work and bothering him and doing all those things, it's because she doesn't understand what he's dealing with at work. And if he was able to communicate that and explain, hey, when I'm at work, I just need to focus on this. I don't need y'all in my head. I don't need XYZ. And she understands that, then she won't do that. But if she does not understand that, then she will continuously call and continuously nag you and continuously do those things. All of them come from being able to communicate effectively to get to the point where you can get the understanding, which is why these things are in tandem. The first portion of the segment and the second portion of the segment are building off of each other.
Doesn't it kind of mean that? So I'm looking at empathy and sympathy then as being kind of like core characteristics that women should have during the dating process. So they should already have a certain level of respect and reverence for men in their position, which would lead them to be to kind of already be thinking on those types of terms. Because realistically, when you get into a relationship down the line, if she's honoring you, then you should really just be able to say, hey, can you not call me while I'm at work? Okay, no problem. It doesn't need to be. I think we're given too much room for trust building and communication as being something that has to happen inside of like the marriage or the relationship, when really these are part of the things that are vetted out and worked out. The kinks are worked out during the dating process, because then once you get past the dating process and you're into marriage, she's saying, okay, I've seen enough that I know I can trust you. I know what you need from me. So now I feel comfortable enough after seeing everything you bring to the table and you see everything I bring to the table. I'm going to submit and become your wife. So, to a certain extent, like, I get what you're saying, like in a relationship, and Hank, what you're saying is I agree with that too. That you should have room to be able to tell your wife, like, the way you're approaching this right now is wrong. I need you to handle it like this, or call me at this time. Yeah, I just don't think that should be a any kind of point of contention or anything like that.